So it'll be your first time in front of a Fiserv Forum crowd. What type of tone do you want to set?
Oh, wow. Yeah, just I feel like we're working on a lot of different things, defensively, offensively. So I feel like we just want to kind of get closer to meeting the goals of what we're trying to do, individually and as a team. So I think it'll be a good crowd, especially playing against the Lakers. And yeah, first time playing, so I'm excited.
Yesterday, Doc had said that he's like, I want us to learn how to play, and then whatever you put in almost doesn't matter. That becomes easy. I guess I'm curious for you. What does that mean when he says, I want them to learn how to play? Like what does that mean for you?
So yeah, for offensively, we haven't put in any sets yet. So a lot of it is just concepts. So he wants us to learn how to play within those concepts. Make the different reads without him having to call a play, and defensively, learning how to help if somebody gets blown by, learning how to rotate over and the next person cover him. So different things like that. I'm assuming that's what he means. So that's what we've been learning, all throughout training camp and still in these last few practices.
Would you say that's, I'm sorry, Mel, is that, I don't want to say standard because every coach is different, but is that similar to things you've experienced in different camps, or is that sort of a unique thing to Doc and the way he's trying to get you guys to communicate and work together?
I've seen it a few times. Coaches don't want to, overwhelm you with different play calls and sets. They'll kind of let you just, point guard, get us in a few different actions without having to call a play.
How's this team gelling right now for, the training camp is early out in LA and you're here now, Giannis, Dame, and yourself. Like, how are you guys gelling here early?
I feel like gelling pretty well. The main core guys have been here, so it's on like me, Gary, and TP. I feel like and the Rooks are the new people here, so I think that we're easy to fill in and learn what the core guys need from us.
I was asking Doc about your possessions on Cade the other night, and he was like, "You shouldn't have been on him." Like we had messed up our switches. Just defensively, how is that kind of coming together for you guys? Like trying to figure out what he wants, what the scheme should look like, and try to play together.
Yeah, it's a new scheme. I feel like defensive scheme for everybody. Coach Buck is he's a defensive coach, so he's kind of teaching us what he wants on the defensive end, and it's new for us. So it's gonna take a few games, a few weeks to get acclimated to it, but we're trying to get it as soon as possible.
As a leader on defense, what have you seen from Coach Buck?
I mean, he's gonna correct you. He's not gonna let anything slide. So in practices, if anybody messes up, he's gonna correct them. He's not afraid to coach us, and I feel like the more he does that, the quicker we're gonna get what he wants.
During media day, you talked about the potential of playing with Dame at times. But he's a guy, at least last year, we'll see what I guess Doc does. He's someone who talked about wanting to play a whole first quarter and just sort of get himself in the thing. Obviously, that changes maybe minutes and rotations. How do you view that kind of? Are you kind of malleable with when you like to come in, how much you like to play early versus late? You know what I mean? Like, does that kind of matter to you at all in terms of your comfort and when you can like get into a flow of a game?
I mean, earlier the better, just because you don't want to be sitting over there. But I mean, it's whatever Dame, I'm his backup, so whatever he wants and whatever Doc wants. I have to adjust and just do the best I can in those minutes. So I just prepare myself, get used to it over the season, and see what I can do.
What have you seen like a week plus in a training camp? Just how you can be effective with this team, what your role is going to be.
Yeah, just being a playmaker offensively. That doesn't necessarily mean coming off pick and rolls and trying to find shooters or taking my shot. It just means when the ball comes to me, swing it and make the right play. I think that they're giving me that responsibility to just make the right play and just use my IQ and just defensively just pick up, get steals, be in the right spots, be in the right rotations, and just kind of guide people.
Newcomers always get that role, right? Like you're gonna have some of that, Gary's gonna have some of that. What have you seen from Gary thus far defensively in training camp?
Yeah, he's He's been playing really well in training camp, shooting it really well. He's gonna have to shoot it real well to be in that starting lineup with those guys. So I think he's equipped to doing that, and he's a tough shot maker. He's not afraid to take those step backs and those type of shots.
Going back to what you said about Dame, what's that communication been like between the two of you?
What do you mean by that?
By that, I just mean you said you're stepping in for him when he's not, on the ball. What does that look like as far as the team saying this is Dame's team, they want to get the ball in his hands, but when it's you on the court, is there some type of mentality that you have knowing that?
Honestly, we in training camp we haven't mixed up the teams yet, so it's like been first unit, second unit. So I think the training camp was the first time I literally was on the court with him. I mean, not training camp, last preseason game. We got a few minutes together. That was probably the first time we've ever been on the court together, and it was random. So I think Gary got hurt, so they threw me in. But we haven't got to that yet. But I would assume if I'm on the court with him, somebody's picking him up full, I'll just probably bring it up for him so he don't have to fight against that pressure and get the ball right back to him. So I'm easy to get that role. It wouldn't be hard for me to adjust.